Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Diary of a WoT Noob with me, DieWithYourBootsOn. We're going to do the Cruiser Mark 1 now. It's almost there. It's only got the research needed for the Cruiser 2, which is another 1200 XP. With a bit of luck and the ×5 bonus, we'll get that in this battle. We've got the best gun, we've got the upgraded turret, upgraded engine, upgraded tracks, and of course the upgraded radio. We'll whack on the bins and the camo as usual. Our crew has barely improved at all, so we're not hoping for too much. It should be nice and reasonably nippy now. It's still not going to be great speed because of the power to weight ratio, so it'll take a while to get there. Hills will kill us and it doesn't turn too brilliant, but the traverse on the turret is good and the view range with the binoculars not too bad. So a bit more of a supporty tank than the other British light, but the pom-pom gun, it's one of these, I think it's a 4-shot, we'll see in a moment. I think it's a 4-shot and then a long reload. As you can probably tell, I don't think I've played this with the upgraded gun, but yes, there you go, 4-shot gun, so it'd be a 20-ish, 23-ish second reload for us after they've been fired. Tier 2 and 1 fight on Malanovka. So even though we're a bit slow, probably our best bet is to be heading off towards the church here. Like the other British I've seen, we haven't got a lot of armour, so we don't want to be fighting at range against anything. We want to be sort of medium range, preferably behind one of our tanks, so they can take the hits for us. Somebody else has already said they're going for the hill, so let's start heading in that direction. Because we are so slow, we will be late to the party. So it may be that while they're dueling on the hill, we make a push through the village. Our lot have already done a run down the other side. We'll see if that comes to anything. He's going to ram me and swerve out the way a bit before he collects my rear mudguard. Okay, the E6 is going to bush up at the edge there and watch the swamp. Not a bad idea. That M2 is vanishing into the distance. So is the Cruiser Mark 3, a couple of metres a second. Okay, the E6 hasn't stopped to watch the swamp. BT2 coming up through the village, so we'll try and just crest this rise and use our gun depression on him. Assuming he doesn't break this way, which he is. And away. Okay, let's see if we can slot him. Oh, not bad. Oh, somebody has spotted me. Somebody back there, so we'll just... That was another shot went past. We'll hit the reload and get back down over this hill crest. I'm guessing it's someone around that bush there, from the direction the shots came in on. That's a pretty standard place for people to go. So we'll give our guys a bit of a warning. 1E6 may have been shot by him already, unless it was the BT2. So we'll get a bit further up the hill. We're well out of view range now. Move up the hill, use the church for cover, and then push through the village. If they light him up, we should be able to get a shot. It wasn't that medium. He's way too far away. It's BT2, possibly the same one rushing the field there. Let's just take a little poke down towards this barn. We've got a bush here. That E6 is making a move where I think the guy is. No, I'd have thought he'd have detected him by now, so we'll push on in support. Perhaps it was one of these guys, or perhaps it was him. We've got a shot from here, if we can get the reticule down.
We nailed it bad. Penetration.
And we're nice and close to the ground level, so he's going to have trouble hitting us. And we'll finish him in a clip. Not bad, and thanks to that 1E6 for lighting him up. Made my life a lot easier. He's taken both the ones that were down here. So really it's just people in the base, I think. They've got a TD who's notched up a couple of kills. Our guys are making a move up the swamp side. He is going to be behind the barns for me, so we've got no shot on him. I expected to see the TD on the far side where people were pushing earlier. He, I think, is going to be out of range. I think this has got a cap on the range. There's the TD, as we thought. He's a long way away, so we need to get in and get closer. We've still got one missing. Now whether he's... no, there he is. He's in the middle as well. So I'll try and get up over this slope and get a shot on the cruiser before everybody finishes him off. Too slow by me. Good game from the lads. And another multi-kill for somebody. There's people racking up lots of kills. But no matter, I think we've got enough to elite the tank. And we'll be straight on to the next. Oh look, we came a long way down the list. We did a bit. More than our own hit points, which is always good. And certainly more than we took. So there we go. That's the Cruiser Mark 1. Not as slow as you'd expect from a light tank, but certainly just as poorly armoured as you'd expect. That, it is the pom-pom. Yep, the pom-pom gun was rather nice there, surprisingly accurate, fine rate of fire, good penetration and decent damage. It's just the reload you've got to watch out for. You are going to be stuck for quite a while after you've fired those 4 shots. I should think with a good crew, that would be a very nice little tank. Anyway, I'll get everything moved over, get the next tank sorted, and be back in a moment. So here we are with the Cruiser Mark II. We've moved the crew over. We've a gunner spare who's stayed in barracks because this tank only has 1 gunner this time. We've upgraded to the pom-pom, which we researched from the last one. The engine is researched from the last as well. And we've gone with the 5 radio because that's what most people would have. I think I've got this guy off the Matilda. And possibly this one as well off the Churchill, so we'll just stick with the 5 as most people would equip it with when they were playing it for the first time. We've put the bins on. We can't put bins and camo, so we'll go with the bins for now. When we stop to do our reload or when we're waiting, we'll use them then. We have got, again, low engine power, okay speed limit, so we'll be fine going downhill, bit of a crawl going up. Slow traverse again, but good turret spin speed. We know the pom-pom from the last battle. As stock, this is going to be a similar role, I think. Will be a support tank. We've got quite a high profile, so even though we're a light, we're not going to be hiding anywhere particular well. We have got a decent turret, and we've probably got good gun depression. We have got more armour this time, which will help. So support tank, trying to make use of terrain so that we can shoot over the top. Now luckily we're straight in there with another high position in the table, so we should, even with our poor crew and equipment level, be able to do something. That's interesting. We've only got 2 shells marked. Okay, we had 4 last time, we've only got 2 this time. I don't know what that means. I'm sure it was the same gun. So perhaps it means it's not space in the turret. Perhaps it's going to do something different. Different breach mechanism perhaps, I don't know. We'll find out in a moment. Let's
go.
hope we get to shoot something to find out. Okay, this is quite a runny aroundy map. Again, all those tier 3s will be able to penetrate us, I should think. Look how slow that is when it gets some resistance. We do not want to be taking it to the east side and up and down that hill with this kind of speed. It's getting going on the flat, but could really do with someone getting out and pushing. So as per the plan, we're going to follow up this 3A. We're going to have to get a bit closer than this to use the gun, although if that Stuart keeps coming, we'll have a crack at him. He's close enough, just don't want to hit our own team. Ooh, okay. That fired 2 for a trigger press. Okay, that's weird. That is really weird. Can't penetrate him. That's really strange. We're going to have to watch that. Now, I don't know what happens with a running target. If that second shell, presumably it's going to follow if we move the turret. So we got about 2 shots with about a second delay. So on a running target, if we're changing our lead as we go, that's going to be interesting. Stationary targets we're going to chop quite quickly. We can sort of bracket a moving target almost. If we lay one a bit too far in front, perhaps the second will get him. Oh, I'm not sure I like this. Not sure at all. But the team does. They're 3-1 up, even though I haven't hit anything. So, pushing onwards. Hoping to get something stationary we might have a chance of hitting. We'll stay low down here. We can then pop up if we need to. That 3A is a long way ahead and hasn't found... it's found the 46 now. Whether we can get a shot on him.
Enemy armor is hit.
I have to watch for that twitch of mine though, because I'm going to take the gun off aim for the second shot. So we've got this Lux in the middle. He's down below the far ridge line at the moment anyway. Looks like they've crushed over on the far side, so that's good. We'll carry on moving slowly up. We've got no pen on that T82 unless he turns. And again, with the accuracy, I don't want to shoot with our guy near. Better to not take the shot than to risk damaging the teammate on that. Aha, that looks has come up. We only got the merest hint of turret on him, but there we go. We'll give it a crack. Oh, and somebody else has killed him anyway. So get moving again after firing in case he's spotted us, and Artie is going to have a look. Speaking of Artie, again we've got only the topmost and no penetration marker, so we'll ignore him. Carry on moving up. There's another Artie somewhere. He's going to be short range and probably over there, I would have thought. So we're not going to get close to him before they find him. And in fact, I think he's just twatted the cruiser, unless that was the 38T. No, must have been Artie. There he is. So we were right in his placement anyway. Get a shot. And we did.
We've hit them hard.
So we hit him with both shells and destroyed him with the first, which is quite cool. And a win. So that gun is weird. Is going to take me a while to get used to that. Not sure I like it. Not for my twitchy fingers. Didn't hit very often, but that's hardly surprising. But we won at a canter. Got some XP. We can now run some upgrades on This guy, the ×5, is really pushing things on. In fact, we're not far off going straight up to the next gun. Another ×5 victory and we'll be on that gun. And we can actually equip that radio now, and we'll soon be up to the Valentine. So we'll be coming back to that one when it's fully upgraded and before we move on to the next. Hopefully by then I'll have got used to it. At the moment it's slow, late to get anywhere, and with a weird little gun. It might grow on me, it might not. We'll find out in a later episode. Until then, ta-ra!